What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS, as we continue to explore the latest new musical flavour worldwide. We're back inside the building, and I'm very, very excited. Today, we are heading back over to Tanzania, one of the biggest hotbeds for exciting new music currently in Africa, and we are seeing some incredible artistry emerging. Today, we're checking out this one, brand new from Ibraah, alongside the one and only Harmonize. It goes by the name of Tunapendeza, and again, I'm excited to check this one out. It's been a while since we checked out something from Ibraah. Obviously, we try to react to as much Harmonize stuff as we can, but it does often get blocked. Hopefully, because this is an Ibraah tune to begin with, that won't be the case. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into this one. Let's go. Produced by DJ Gizo. Okay then. So I'm liking the direction of this already. Jumping very much into a more sort of, I want to say sort of more South African sounding approach to the amapiano sound. Slightly slower, a lot more kind of shuffling going on with the drums, a lot more kind of euphoric in that slow build-up approach. Really, really clean, though. Loving the use of those kind of almost like quite distant ad-libs, just adding an extra kind of touch of melodic flavour. Again, a lot of shaker action going on. The actual rhythmic arrangement is solid, and the production on those drums is tight as anything.
Kama mapenzi yangekuwa nyumba, mchanga mitofali. Acha waseme umenifanyia ndumba, mie hata sijali. Mara sipokupenda wewe, nampenda nani niambie? Yani kama sipokupenda.
Some proper slow build-up, which you know what I really, really like. Sometimes when you hear, again, the sort of amapiano-influenced approach, it almost feels like you're skipping a lot of the elements of what makes amapiano fun. For me, what makes it fun is that sense of euphoria, the build-up, the constant progression. For me, that's what makes it a really interesting genre to take in, and this is a great example of that happening. Again, really, really smooth as an overall arrangement. Really nice use, again, of those shuffling hi-hat structures. Again, that vocal slowly creeping in, the pad textures in the background, giving the whole thing this sort of glowing overall texture as well. So really smooth introduction, man. Let's go.
Mjeshi kamanda na nyota, ila kwenye mapenzi na sota. Usiku kilala na kota wewe hapo. Mjeshi kamanda na nyota,
such a cool sound, man.
Usiku kilala na kota wewe hapo. Banja, mi moyo wangu banja.
And the thing is, when you've got a tune like this that has 1 minute 30 of build-up and we're still not at that main sort of breakdown, it means the anticipation is so much higher. It's a reason things like progressive house are so popular, because you wait ages for the drop, and then when it actually comes, it slaps you a lot differently because you're anticipating it so much. That sense of euphoria is significantly heightened when you do so. So when you hear a tune like this, which is, again, beautifully arranged, really nice use of pads, as I keep saying, those vocals which are drifting in, the sort of call and response we were getting with the vocals a little bit earlier on as well. I've got a funny feeling when this one goes, it's going to absolutely rattle. Let's go. Say the vocal work is absolutely stunning. The use of those kind of extended, almost R&B influenced lines almost reminds me of T-Pain in the way they sound. But then on top of that as well, something you know what, I kind of hoped this would have a slightly more impactful breakdown, because it's cool. There's no real kick drum action, and that's the thing. There was no sort of like boom, 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 boom. It was all kind of low end. It was all just snares and log drums. I feel for this, you're kind of waiting for that big, I don't know, maybe it's because I've kind of grown up a lot more in a sort of dance music world, but when you have that longer build up, you kind of want something that literally just goes poof, and you get this explosion. That almost felt like an implosion instead. Still really cool, but not necessarily what my ears particularly were looking for at the time. My baby, ooh, ooh, ooh. vocals on point though.
Tunapendeza, me and you. Tunapendeza, tunapendeza. Ukiwa mbali na kumisi, upweke si jambo rahisi. Jichunge makuna ibilisi. Tunavyogombana kesho tukapatana, kipimo tosha tunapima.
Really, again, just really clean vocal lines, man. That's definitely the strong point in this tune for me, is the use of vocals in the right way, bringing that added sense of euphoria, just drifting across the instrumental with that slight electronic kind of tint to it, but it's not a bad thing. It doesn't draw away from what the good things about the tune actually are. Overall, I think this is a really cool start. I think it's been a while since we've heard something from Ibraah and a while since we've actually had something from Harmonize able to go up on the channel. I'm really liking it as an approach, man. I think the vocal approach is bang on for this sort of sound.
Yes, gani tunapendana, tunavyokupana kesho tukapatana, kipimo tosha tunapimana. Yes, gani tunapendana. You are the one I'm going to marry. Uwe wa halali, uwe wangu tu. Umenipa pancha, mi moyo wangu pancha. Bila we siwezi tembea.
Again, these build-ups here that then start rattling away as well work really nicely. I tell you what, the vocal approach on this from both artists has been pretty much on the money. The only thing for me that was kind of missing was a little bit more impact on that big euphoric moment. It just felt a little bit like, I don't know, it felt like a stem was missing to me. But again, that's literally my own personal perception. I'm used to kind of coming from a world of dance music where things like hit, there's always something on the one. And it's something that doesn't necessarily exist as much in Amapiano. It's about the stuff that isn't there as much as it is. So I do get it. For me though, I'd have just liked it to hit a little bit harder. Again, those electronic tones running through that vocal just give it a whole different lease of life. Really smoothly done. And I've got to say, I think this is a really solid performance vocally from both. I like the fact that they haven't kind of shied away from using that electronic element. It's a very electronic tune. So there's no real issue with using super electronic vocals on top. But again, the transitions have been nice. It's a slightly longer one as well, which I like. That constant build-up feeling that is going. It feels like you're constantly transitioning from one phase to another. It's great.
Me and you. Tunapendeza, tunapendeza. Tunapendeza. Achinga konde mskoka.
It's a really nice kind of jittering piece of instrumentation in that in the synth line there. There's a sort of like it's just arpeggiating and kind of stuttering. It's almost like a strobe light going off in the background, and that's something that's really adding to that constant sense of movement that you're feeling in this tune. There's a constant feeling of you're going somewhere. You've just landed somewhere and you're ready to go again. That constant feeling of transition. It's really amplified by both the use of the shakers and that little very subtle synth sound, which is just jittering away in the background. It's very, very smart on a production front. There we go then, Ibraah featuring Harmonize, Tunapendeza. Again, very interesting tune, very much tying into a lot of more typical kind of, I want to say more sort of South African influenced approaches to the Amapiano sound. We're seeing people obviously adopt this sound around the world and put their own kind of spin on it. This one feels a little bit more, I want to say traditional, I don't know if that's the right word, but a little bit more sort of true to the original sound, which is cool to see. I think Ibraah and Harmonize both bring a really good vocal approach on this one, really nice intertwined approaches, really nice use of the electronic editing as well. And again, the instrumental's great. The only thing for me is, as I said, I'd liked it to have had a bit more of a kind of kick, a bit more of a kind of I don't know, like a slap to it. as you hit that big euphoric moment. But that's personal preference, and I'm sure I'm going to be one of the few people that feel that way. So overall, solid stuff from Ibraah and Harmonize. Let's go. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel and you have enjoyed this as a sort of musical breakdown and an analysis, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time. Peace.
Them sounding so good right now, but they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cam TV. Stay locked.